off the survey, but they want all your information. And okay, here we go. And then it says click to go live. Now, last time we did this, it was like, okay, go live. Yes, here we go. Yes, I did it. Give me a high five. Yeah.
I was gonna say, what happened?
No, it is there.
Okay.
Because we're here. Yes, we've already been live for like 30 seconds.
All the business in the street. Okay.
All right, y'all. It's not on you right now. It's me. All right, y'all. Welcome in to Ask Me Anything, the business edition with the Us Space, business owners helping business owners. And so the purpose of this is we are focusing on our day-to-day business life and the things that we do and don't do and should do in our learning. And we're just sitting here chopping it up. My name is LaGina. I am the founder and owner of the Us Space. We are an intentional economic system and hub in the middle of downtown Houston, focused on economic development, business education, and growth for our founders and leaders here in the Houston area and beyond. And we're more than just co-working. So we do this every other month or so. And this month we have Sly, this is my homegirl. She's a partner with the Us Space, and she is a multifaceted business owner. And we are going to lean into so many things that she has going on. But before we get started with that, I want to talk a little bit about things that are going on at the Us Space. So tomorrow we have our monthly work accountability day. We are true to this. We're not new to this. This is our longest standing program here at the Us Space. So you come in, you plug in, you power up. It is free to the community. All you have to do is register. Link in bio on Instagram, or you can just go to our link tree. It's linktree _ the Us Space, or we'll just drop it in a little while, and you just register for free and come in, plug and power up 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come catch the Us Space vibe, get a tour, do a little bit of work, listen to some great music, because we always have great music playing, always. All of those kind of things. And then also in the middle of the day, we have a lunch and learn with SBA Houston District Office and Texas Gulf Coast SBDC network. And they are going to be talking about marketing research and the resources and tools that you need to support you doing stronger business planning and growth. That is going to be amazing. I think we only have like 2 seats available. We keep our lunch and learns nice and tight because the idea is that everything that we do here at the Us Space is interactive and purposeful, and that you're able to connect and really get things done. So that's what's going on. And also next month, this just came in, so I'm pulling it up on my phone, but next month on August 5th, calling all SURE alumni. Are you sure? I'm sure. I'm sure. But calling all of Dr. K's tribe and everybody that has graduated from the SURE program, we are having a work accountability SURE program alumni day. The SURE people will be in the house to answer questions about what's going on in the SURE program, so you can find out all the new updates and all the things the new SURE folks are getting that we didn't get. No shade. And also, if you are interested in being part of the SURE program, applications are out right now, and it's a great time to come on August 5th. Register for this free open co-working. It's a special edition with the SURE program that I graduated from. And you can ask all your questions because the orientation and application day is on August 6th. So this is a hack into the system. I like giving, entrepreneurs hacks and everything. So we're doing it. So that's everything that's kind of going on in the us space. Look out for Tuss House. We will be doing Tuss House again this year during the time of one of the larger, really cool events that happen here in Houston for the business ecosystem, which is Afrotech. Sorry, y'all. I went off the cuff. It's not in my script. But our Afrotech is going to be in town. And just like South by Southwest and Essence Festival, the Us Space does a house right here in the middle of downtown, November 3rd through the 5th. I believe y'all are going to do something this year, maybe under a different business. So we'll have to talk about that. Yeah. So let's get into it. Let's get into it while the business owners' phones are going off. Let's go. Okay. I'm going to get close because we got to get into this Instagram frame. Hey, y'all. All right. So this is Sly. Sly is a branding expert. I like to call people that are branding experts and experts in something thought leaders, because thought leaders are people that keep learning and keep growing and keep stretching. And I feel like that's what you are. And then, you're a creative technologist. You're a professor. Now, a lot of people don't know that about this one right here, but she's a professor, an advisor, and she's the founder of Clever Group, which is how most of us know Sly, if you do. And also her newest venture, Popmantra. And I'm so excited. I'm actually getting my orientation today for my brand, Lorraine Infinity, who is already on Popmantra for my community of businesses and people that I consult in the business world. So I'm super excited about that. So we're going to jump into that kind of stuff in a little while. You have 14 years of experience. I beg to differ because, girl, we get up there in age. So you probably didn't change that on your bio. No shade. Because I was counting. I was like 14 years. I got 15 plus. Yeah. And that was like from anyways, ages. But now that she's building Popmantra, it is a community first platform that turns real world participation into lasting belonging. So we're going to need a breakdown of that. But before we get into that, we want people to know a little bit more about the founder, because we're conscious consumers up in here. And what matters more than our companies is who the people fueling it and founded it, right? Because we're seeing that all across everything that's going on in the music industry and our real estate and even in supermarkets and stuff like that. Hashtag. But okay, so what is one event or cultural experience that immediately makes you feel like you've belonged? And feel free to insert that space.
Is this from a personal standpoint?
Yeah, let's go for your person first.
Probably the stuff that I put on. Because it's for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's aiming towards people like me because I put on the event. And to be more specific about the event, I would say Think and Drink.
Oh, I love it. Yes.
Even though we're going to bring it back, capacity. But Think and Drink was my favorite because it was people with like-minded people who always have ideas and things like that. So it was cool to hear the different ideas and to just be encouraged by the ideas of them, or having them not be afraid or ashamed to put out their ideas for people to give advice to. Not really judge. I don't want to say judge.
Oh, a judgment all day, but in a positive way, right?
Like with positive feedback and things like that. So I like the fact, and the environment was at a bar. I was drinking. You could be more relaxed and everything else. So I enjoyed that event, and I do want to bring that back.
I want you to bring it back too. So when I did Think and Drink, was it your second one? It was like the second or third round.
Maybe second.
I think it was the second. So you had just done your lunch and learn here at the Us Space. Thank you. It was really good. And during that, I had said, and it's something I had been playing with in my head for a while, but like, I just really feel like if everybody I talk to, especially millennials, all say they have ADHD or ADHD dash whatever, because now there's dashes too, or ADD, because that's what we used to call it before we understood that there is the hyper part of it. I presented that, and you were like, well, yeah, I mean, and you talked about the us space. And so something that was bobbling around in my head, I was able to land on during that lunch and learn. And then that's when we talked about, or you asked me, I can't remember, I think Beck may have asked, for me to come and do the talk. And I talked about how the us space was for every ADHDer. And it really is. Like, if you're in here, like, what is there? There's the wellness space. There is multiple offices. There's a maker space. There's a sound lab. There's 2 different areas to make tea and kitchens, and there's like 4 doors in here. There's sound booth. There's just a lot, right? And without even advertising, it really is like the ADHDers dream place to be. You could come lay on a couch and then go have a whole conference in another area. So yeah, I love that you say that the thing that you have created is the thing that makes you belong, because that is something that is so prevalent with business owners. Okay, so what's one technology trend that you believe people are over complicating? Ooh, give me the tea. This one's good.
You know, be a little biased. But blockchain, I think.
Can you break down blockchain? Because I still don't understand blockchain.
Correct. My point. Exactly.
You tried one day and I just went glassy eyed. I was like,
really, people don't need to know the actual technology. It's not unless you're like a tech in the dev and you code. But blockchain makes things a little bit more secure in a general sense. It makes things more secure, and it proves ownership better than any of the other technologies. So
proves ownership in what?
So depending on whatever it is that may be linked to the blockchain. So maybe your content. I think in the future, content will be something that will be, I guess, double checked by blockchain, because when you have it minted on the blockchain, it's immutable. It can't be changed. So once it says LaGina created this at 12:53 p.m.
Oh, like July, a timestamp.
Right. It can't be changed. It can be transferred. So if you gave me, rights to whatever content.
Like copywriting.
Yeah. I think it's a better way to copyright things. And I think that that's where it's going to play a big role.
So artists should use it.
Yes, artists. I always say artists will benefit from it the most, and they still do. And lawyers with the smart contract. So things can't be unlocked unless you meet the terms of the contract, and then it automatically unlocks, like technical wise. So that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't have to be forced for everybody, but I think in certain industries it does play like a more practical role.
Okay.
Real estate too, like with having your deed on the blockchain. It's hard for those squatters to come in and to say.
Ooh, and family, like bickering and stuff.
Right, because your name was already, or when whoever passed it down, even if it's a familiar thing.
Okay.
If it's passed down in LaGina's name, nobody else can claim it because it was proved on the blockchain that day when it was transferred to you. It can't be. For artwork, I understand that was the thing in 2022.
Artwork is important.
I mean, it is, but like most people will come up to me and be like, "It's just a picture, a JPEG, or whatever the case may be." Yes, I get why you would say that. It doesn't matter as much as it would matter for a real estate agent or an artist who's doing splits.
Oh, a what?
Splits, music splits.
Splitting, like music artists. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Because that proves who had what piece,
the original ownership,
right? Okay. And then when things come through, especially if you have the music on the blockchain, if things or royalties are coming through, it automatically splits. It goes to those people directly instead of, I don't know if you guys know, with PRO publishing companies with the music artist
with all the rights
they have
and
to
everything.
wait 3 months.
All those things.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say is as a is a fine artist that does abstract work on campus, it comes into play when we sell our piece and we still have prints, right?
Yeah.
That's where I could see it. Oh, so I get blockchain now. Okay. So
yeah,
easy.
It's your proof.
That's your professor in you. She's like, now write me a 10-page paper.
They know, my students know. They know what's up.
Okay, so last icebreaker. If this chapter of your founder journey had a campaign title, what would it be and why? The campaign with the title.
My words for the year. That's what I'll start with. My words for the year were even now. I mean, we're in July. You know, we about halfway through. That still stands, but also Q3. Just you know, I would say I've been leaning more into a theme of not doing things in fear. That's more personal, but and to me, it's been pushing me to act things that I want for my business, for my personal life.
Yeah.
And just making sure that I take care of me, which has not been my strength.
That take care of
me.
In
the past, so I've been.
Well, you should have came to Zenden because I was taking all care. It was great. Shout out to Danielle.
To yoga too.
Yeah, it's once a month. It's usually on the same Tuesday that we do Ask Me Anything. So you should come. You should come through. And as a partner, you know, you automatically get in. Yes,
for sure.
Okay, so let's move into our Ask Me Anything section. So these questions have either been things that, you know, go around the us space and we hear people talking about and have questions about. Some have been submitted and some come through my personal assistant, and we go about it like that. So when we're thinking about this, and if you have questions, please drop them because right now, once again, we are in the us space. Ask Me Anything, business edition, business owners helping business owners. And we're here with Sly with her new venture, Popmantra. Yes.
I'm an open book.
I have a whole soapbox around open books.
Why?
No, stay focused. Okay. So you spent 14 plus years helping artists, founders, businesses build brands, right? Like branding is different than marketing. They are unilaterally tied together, but they are different, right?
Right, correct.
Right. So what has worked and what did it teach you? And then what didn't work and what did it teach you?
Good question. What did work? I'll start with that. What always works is
telling the truth.
What always works is when I start with branding first.
Versus marketing.
Yeah. When you built the brand, you know, I mean, logo colors, they do matter. The visual branding does. But also understanding the mission, laying out the mission, the descriptions, the positioning, the brand story. Having all of that foundation first always works for building a good brand. It has never failed me to work on the branding first versus other things.
What inspired? Okay, question. And this, you know, this is us being fully autonomously honest, but do you have a business plan?
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah, professor, sorry.
My bad. I didn't mean to say
she's
that.
She's like, yeah, like, yeah,
don't.
Dummy. But you should because it's your roadmap and
correct.
It's not even it's not a falsehood to say that you need a business plan. That paper napkin thing is great. That only works for the 1%. I always talk about the audacity of a white male millennial and then swagging it out the way you do. And so that audacity to write it on a napkin and start it, please do. But then you need to do your roadmap, the entire roadmap, which is your business plan. everything that you've thought of, that you dream of, that you think might happen, all of those things, that is your business plan.
And I would argue that the branding
has to be in your business plan.
So you can really
it really does. Because you know what? I remember, I don't remember the sequential order, but I remember working on the us space branding in particular, and our inverted triangles, and looking up meanings for that, because everything's super intentional with the us space, and then even the US, and understanding that we're in Space City, and then the USA, and all of those things, right? But like
things to think about, though.
But our branding is so strong that most people don't even think about that anymore. When they think about the us space, it's more of more than just co-working is what we're really leaning into. But when you say working on your branding, and that's what always works for you, I love that. So that's tip number one. So what didn't work that you often find people leaning into quickly, that they should pause and do this branding thing first?
Just trying to push forward into the business and do sales and not having that branding thing together. I mean, I know it's like kind of the same thing, but
it's not.
When you don't have all of that set up, you're going to end up going back and trying to clean up the mess anyway.
Yeah.
So I've found when I don't have organization or structure, or even just the basic brand foundation before I'm doing something, I run into trouble. Now I'm always having to pause and go back and do the things anyway.
Because the branding is the storytelling.
Right. So if you don't know your story, how are you building a roadmap? How are you building a business plan if you don't even understand why you built what you built?
Preach. If you don't know your past, you can't create your current, and you don't know your future. Y'all all know what I'm talking about. But it goes with business too, right?
Yeah. So I mean, that's when I fail to do that, then I'm putting myself in a position where I have to go back and clean up the mess.
Okay.
So it takes up time and energy.
And it's like double doing work, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So having that, when you sit down and do your business plan, I always tell people to just go into your proverbial kid mode and have like all the things, because the original us space business plan, things that I still have not executed, y'all aren't even ready, but like things like I have an actual designated day for artists to have art shows in here. I have a designated day where artists can present, and all they have to do is do, the after hour fees for like air and having a staff or, one of the team members in here. But an artist can do an art show in here, and that's part of our community give back. We have a nonprofit day, and these are things that we haven't outwardly advertised, but they're written into my business plan. And so when you were talking about capacity, when I have the capacity to get it done, I will. We even have the makings to do our foundation for the us space, like all these things, but it's originally in my business plan from 2020. 2019. I'm not a COVID business. Thank you. But yeah, so all of those things. So I love that you say that. So the thing that didn't work is not starting with branding, and the thing that works is starting with branding. You're so on brand. Gosh.
I wasn't. I mean, it's just true.
No, I mean, hey.
It makes for less mental, what I'm saying, like a healthy mental state too, just to have everything organized down, on paper and everything, so you can see and know where you're going.
Yeah. When you have it written down, the brain dump.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll say this right now, because we have like all of these AI tools now. It is really, really easy to have a great business plan through a brain dump. You could dump every single thing you think about your business and Claude and Chat, any of them. If you have that and a good prompt, you can get a business plan done. So when people say they don't have a business plan, I question the validity and the seriousness, especially now, of their business. Okay, so this one comes directly from me, because your career sits at the intersection of music, entertainment, definitely technology, and culture, all through this lens of branding. So how have those different worlds shaped the way you approach community building, in particular, like through Popmantra and stuff? And then what inspired that branding for Popmantra? Because it's like pink. And when I saw it, I was like, Okay, let's go. So.
Yeah. It was, I started off in entertainment music, doing creative direction there. And then I fell into tech on accident, kind of. That wasn't the aim.
What do you mean, kind of?
Because I was at a couple of conferences, just listening to new technology and things like that. And it piqued my interest. I actually wrote the idea for Popmantra and tucked it somewhere. I didn't think I would ever touch it.
How long ago?
That was maybe a year and a half before we decided to push it through. Maybe. And so I'm like, you know what? I want to try this idea. And so now I'm here. And honestly, I think about it now and I'm like, man, I can't believe, okay, yeah, we actually did this.
And y'all, she launched at South by Southwest. I was there.
Yeah.
So when this thing freaking hits, like big, I'm going to be like, I was there.
She was, and she won't be forgotten, for sure.
Oh,
appreciative of the support, for sure. Shout out to the Space.
Yay.
Great support system. But yeah, it made me, Popmantra was tying everything. It started off as something completely different. It was an NFT project, but it evolved into this. You know, YouTube wasn't always YouTube. It was a video dating service, actually.
Amazon. Bookstore. Online. Somebody's like, I didn't know that. I was like, know your history full of these companies.
Right. Sometimes it takes a couple of tries and ideas before you get the right one. And so we found it with community, with community being a big thing, culture. And I think that's coming actually off of COVID. People just wanting to find their space again, wanting to be out
touch
again.
People, be outside.
Right. And so I think that's why community is becoming a bigger thing nowadays. And so my idea was to bring the culture involved in that, bridge the gap between culture and tech, because that's where we're headed anyway. This is something that I teach in my music marketing class is that music is technology.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's moving towards technology. Everything is technology nowadays. There's not really a tech industry, so to speak. Everything is tech at this point. But finding a way to bridge that gap and teach the culture and everyday people about what's coming up with tech. And so that's kind of how Popmantra originally came about. And then the community aspect, leaning into that to help educate.
Okay.
About emerging technology.
So we have time for like 2 more questions. This one's by way of my assistant about Popmantra in particular. So it's designed to turn real world participation into lasting belonging. What the hell does that mean? We always have these like charge up statements we use in our business. And I think that the best type of statements invoke interest to dive more into the business. So I love that that's there, because I was like, okay, lasting belonging. Let's go. I love that. Real life, real world. Let's go. So what does it mean?
So it means if you've been on Popmantra or you know anything about Popmantra is a community building tool. So you get to build your communities on there. The entry way is through events. So you host events, you reward people for coming, and you're building that lasting participation in your community. So that's where that comes from. That real world participation is you attending events, you getting recognized and rewarded for attending those events, and you continuing to build your community, after that. And the more that you participate, the more rewards you get, the more recognized you are in the community. So that's where it comes from.
I love that. Cut and dry, but like straight to the point. So this is something that I hear talked about around the space a lot, because I think we've been talking about COVID. I think COVID is just like a pivotal thing that has happened in the world, and it's just like a landmark or a mental mark for everybody. But I hear like during COVID, everybody was like marketing. Everybody's amazing marketing, and everybody's a marketing professional, and everybody could change your business their marketing. And it was wild. But something that's going around the space right now, and that I just hear in a lot of business ecosystems that I'm in, Founders Institute, Sure Program, even at the Houston area Urban League Small Business Plan or Small Business University, in their pitch competition they had a couple weeks ago, all this stuff about AI, right? You just said something about blockchain. I know you talk about Web3, the digital identity, right? All of these things. And I compare it to marketing because all that FOMO of like, oh, you need to get this one and you need to buy this platform and you need this tool to help post here and do this, right?
Yeah.
So as a business owner and on a lean budget, a solo founder, how do we take the AI, the blockchain, the SEOs, AEOs, and GEOs that Sam was talking about last time we had a live? How do we help this stuff be useful to us, accessible, and keep the humanality of what we need for our businesses to be public facing?
That's a good question, because a lot of people also are using ChatGPT, and you can tell that they're using it just by some of their responses. But
I felt insulted because I actually wrote an article on LinkedIn. And I have ADHD and I'm dyslexic, so I put it into chat to like make sure like my words weren't backwards and that I didn't put become instead of belong and all that stuff. And then somebody's like, yeah, your article that you had AI write. And I was like, I wrote it.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it matters when it sounds like ChatGPT wrote it. And I think some people can tell just because they've dealt, with chat or whatever the case may be.
And the M dash is a giveaway.
Yes.
Tell chat, stop putting the M dash on your post.
Right. So, but the thing is, people don't realize that you can make it yours or make it sound like you, but you still have to prompt it. ChatGPT can help you, but you still have to put the idea in.
Yeah.
Like it'll give you, some people, do like a 30-day challenge with marketing or something through ChatGPT.
And
it'll
Claude
give you
too.
very generic answers. But you can change that and make it more tailored to your business when you do give it the business plan, branding, whatever the case may be, any information.
Branding
on
guide, I
business.
love those.
Right. So I would say using your best pet. I mean, I like to say you can do all things through ChatGPT. Because you can. It's kind of hard for you to
There's some ethical challenges around chat, y'all. So we're just going to put a disclaimer that we are not promoting any individual AI system. Please use what works best for you.
Right.
And there is a woman-owned AI system that is coming out, that uses more ethical practices. And I will start promoting that as soon as I find it, upload all my information and use it.
Yeah. So, I mean, as long as you know how to tailor it and make it make sense for you, I mean, that's your best tool right now to keep on you.
Train it.
To train it, is to use that and to help you to have it help you with the plans, emails, all of that. So,
yep.
I mean, if you have to choose one thing, get an AI assistant or AI system that'll help you do all
and train it. I love that. Yeah. Okay. So I know I said like one more question. So really quickly, because I always is an artist, because I have Luray Infinity and then I have my eye artistry that's part of my brand, Luray Infinity. And I'm starting to come back around to using art as my therapy. And I say art is therapy. Art is my therapy. And you say branding is your therapy. So really quickly, tell us what that means and how that experience is transferring into Popmantra.
I mean, it's kind of like what we talked about earlier with understanding why you started. So that's kind of how we got to branding as therapy, because when we consult people at the Clever Group, our niche is brand therapy. So when we consult with people at the Clever Group, it's often an hour session, a one-on-one session where we're asking about their past, present, and where they want to go in the future, which is our principles of branding. We believe that if you understand those things, then that makes for the best brand, because you're keeping that in mind, just like you were saying, like keeping in mind the mission, the goals, understanding why you started. That helps you stay focused on a roadmap that makes sense, and helping you reach your goals. So the branding as therapy is, it really comes from remembering why you started, remembering your mission and things like that. Not just on top of the business goals.
Yeah.
And not overly thinking about the business goals and everything, because sometimes you can lose focus and forget the mission and why you started. Yeah. So
I love that. My last question is about like the us space. So you do a lot of events all around the city, and you last year did, I think, at least 3 or 4 events here at the Us Space, and we partner on a lot of things and just have a really good time. So why us? Why the Us Space? Why do you choose to hang out in our community? Just why?
Because it really embodies the title, the Us Space. It feels like us. It feels like a community here that you can feel comfortable in, even in between meetings or whatever the case may be, in between work. And also having that space where you can comfortably work. Yeah. It's just a welcoming place. And also, as a person who is not formally diagnosed with ADHD, but having the different entities here, and I can go do yoga, come back, and do a therapy session, come back, or whatever the case may be, shoot a podcast, do a workshop, seminar. It's just a multifaceted space where I can do whatever I need. I can teach a session, do a coffee jam in the morning, and then work.
That coffee jam was fun, by the way. Oh, so we stopped moving around. The sensors here at the Us Space turn off the light because what? We believe in sustainability here. Good thing we have this light on. Let's go. All right. So before we hop off, Sly, what do they do on those Instagram? My friend has something she wants to tell you about. So you better listen, and you better listen now. Come on.
Okay. So we're doing Free Fest. Saturday, August 29th. Free Fest Community Fest is a place where you can come to find community, find your people, your tribe, create that group, and find others like you. And it's a free event, free to come out to, lots of free giveaways, free activations, and things like that. And it's supporting the local ecosystem. So if you want we're highlighting communities for free. So if you have a community, you want a community table, apply in the event link. And also vendorship. We're looking for vendors to come in and vend and sell their products. Also in the event link. So just choose the option as you're RSVPing for the event. Any partnerships and sponsorships, welcome.
Yes.
So tap in.
Yes. Paid partnerships and sponsorships are always welcome. The event is Saturday, August 29th. I will add the link in bio to the Us Space link tree. You can always go to We Are Popmantra on Instagram and find all the information there, link in bio. So I love that. And for my final words here for Ask Me Anything, Business Edition, Business Owners Helping Business Owners. One, I want to thank you for helping us better understand branding and the technology, and just even how you're applying technology to events to make a lasting impression and make lasting belonging a thing, because it's the complexity that's the simple thing, right? This conversation is a reminder that innovation does not have to remove the human experience.
Correct.
Keep human-centric, be a good human, all of those good things like that. Let's see. I was trying to see. Okay. I was making sure because questions are still coming in, y'all. So come check out Sly. She'll be here during Tuss House and just other times at the Us Space. And you can always schedule time with her through her LinkedIn, or even just going to Popmantra again. Again, thank you for setting up time to be here. The Clever Group is still active and doing its thing. So if you need branding therapy, they are still a really good place to go. And Popmantra is live and happening. It is a community fest, HTX, Saturday, August 29th from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. We're going to be outside, Sneaks Coffee and Lounge. Oh, I like that place. Ty did an event there. Oh, yeah. Ty did an event there too. Yeah. Okay. So y'all got to show up. I will be there with Lorraine Infinity and some people out of my community. And then our next luncheon, our next AMA, Ask Me Anything. I mean, what should we talk about? Who should we have? We have a collective of people here at the Us Space, not only our community partners, but our members. We're thinking about bringing on one of our lawyers to ask lawyer questions. Yeah, she always dropping information in here. I sit closer to her office all the time. I'm like, hey, can you just, she's like, girl, leave me alone. So yeah, but we want to thank everybody for being here. Make sure you share this replay, come back to it. visit Sly about branding and Popmantra, all things the us space and what you need to know about how you can plug in and power up with the us space. You can find in our link tree that's right there. Or go to our IG _ the. I know you got to go like this because we're on 2 different platforms. Thanks, StreamYard, sponsor us. But it's _ the us space. And, you know, as a business owner, keep going. Like Sly said, she's moving, acknowledging fear, but moving forward. As I say, fearfully forward. And until next time, make sure you come to our work accountability day every 3rd Wednesday. So tomorrow, if you're a SURE member and you've been a graduate of SURE, you're interested in SURE, we're doing a special edition on August 5th. So check that out. And thank you so much for streaming. Bye, y'all. Bye, and then the music plays. It's like, but we have to turn it off to do the live stream.